This is James Viacio, week 6 assignment. I did this the first time and unfortunately it was too long for YouTube and they didn't like it. I'm touching on something near and dear to my heart. It's about deploying. It's about the pressures that it has on a family when you deploy as a member, either as a man or a woman. Deploying, it doesn't become such an issue for us because we're usually, in a sense, we kind of become a single person. We're only there to take care of our soul self, and that we just deploy and we know about the mission. We know that we're going to wake up in the morning, we're going to go to work, we're away from the family, it sucks. But what we don't see or we don't get to understand really, or maybe sometimes don't take the time to look at, is how much of an effect it actually has on our wives or our husbands and the children and the families and the extended families. Now, for instance, I looked at military.com, I looked at the Air Force portal, I looked at the Air Force Times, the Army Times. Every one of the articles has something added into it and some specific story, but what it doesn't really identify is everybody's dealing with PTSD. But what we don't realize is that our children might have it, that our wives might have it, because of our deployments. Because based on what we tell them, based on what they know, or based on what they see, creates a lot of pressure. I myself deployed so much that my children developed anxiety. It didn't matter where I was going or what I was doing, they always had to know where I was at. If I packed a bag bigger than a suitcase, or excuse me, bigger than a backpack, their eyes would tear up, they would look around, they would wonder where I'm going, they'd ask their mom about 50 billion questions and go, where's Poppy going, where's Daddy going, does he going over to the bad people, does he need to deploy? In 06 I got hit, got put on tetrazine and a lot of steroids, gained weight tremendously, kind of put me in a depression mode. I isolated myself and I pulled myself away from my family. That was the wrong thing to do. I didn't realize it at the time, but I needed a lot of help. And nobody realizes how much help you actually need until it's too late. My wife told me that I was changing immediately, and she knew it. I went from one bad hobby or one bad trait to another. I started off with buying, just out of the blue, a tremendous amount of money worth of just stupid stuff. I think once I started off with beef jerky, the next I was at baseball cards. What I was trying to do was fill a void and try to find something that would help me out, because I didn't relate that nobody could understand what I was going through. I was feeling tremendous heat against my body, but that was from the chemicals that I had taken from the blast that were still in my system, trying to leave. I had a traumatic brain injury that I didn't even find out until recently that caused a lot of problems for me, adult ADHD and some other issues. One thing it did create for me was the bad isolation. I became a horrible father. Never hit my children, never beat anybody, but man, was I horrible. I wasn't there. When my children needed me, I wasn't around, in a sense. I was there physically, but mentally I was gone. Psychologically, I was out of the way. I isolated myself. I didn't spend time with them like a father should. I didn't hold them the way they were supposed to be held, and when they cried, it annoyed me, and I ran. I stayed away from it all. I tried to hide. I tried to put myself in a position to where I didn't have to deal with it. You get these mile-long stares and you think back, even now talking about it, and I look and I realize, like, it wasn't worth it. I love my country, I love my family, I love my job, but not in that order. The looks on their face, holding your infant child for the first time and he doesn't even realize who you are, doesn't want to come to you. The first time you leave and you come home and they have teeth, or they're walking. For any man or woman, it's a hard thing to deal with. Separation is the true challenge of a war, to whether or not that your psyche can deal with what you're dealing with, and not in the environment of where you can see and what you know, but what you don't know, what you can only trust and what you can only relate to. Next time you see a military member in uniform and they're walking with their family, don't shake their hand. Shake their family's hand. Shake the spouse's hand and those children's hand, because what they go through is leaps and bounds compared to what we deal with. This is my week 6 assignment, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you.